It's not uncommon for mountain bike gear cables to snap after a certain amount of mileage, or if you've been riding on especially rough terrain. They're also prone to attracting dirt or corrosion, either of which can stop your gears from shifting smoothly. If you're taking trouble to replace your cables, then it might be worth swapping your outer cables as well. They're cheap to buy, and renewing them will help keep your drivetrain in good working order for longer.
You're going to need a cable cutter tool, hex keys, a screwdriver, paper cloth, chain lube, replacement inner and outer cables, and end caps and ferrules. Today we're going to focus on the rear, but the same principles apply to the front cables. The first step is to remove the old cables. Shift the gears to the smallest cog. Cut the ferrule off the cable and release the cable retention bolt on the derailleur. Free the inner cable from the shifter unit. On Shimano shifters, you can do this by removing the small screw on the side and pushing the cable out. You can now remove the cables from the bike, taking care not to lose any of the cable donuts. Next, prepare the cable outers. Cut the cable outer to match the originals, using your cable cutters. It's important to cut the outer as cleanly as possible, so it doesn't end up blocking the entry of the inner cable. Sharp cable cutters will make this a lot easier. If in doubt, insert a pointy object such as a small Phillips screwdriver to ensure the hole is round. Then fit the plastic end caps. Place the inner cable on the paper cloth and apply some chain lube. Then pinch the cable and drag it through to clean and lube it. This also removes any manufacturing debris. Install the new outers. Rethread the cable into the shifter pod. Hold the cable in one hand and shift the gears with the other to make sure the cable is correctly installed. Put the screw back into the shifter. Then rethread the inner cable, starting at the front and moving towards the back of the bike, reinstalling the donuts as you go. Finally, mount the cable into the groove under the cable mounting bolt and tighten. Be careful not to over-tighten it, or you'll crush and fray the cable. Pulling against the tension of the cable will cause it to bed into place, so you don't have to readjust after the first ride. The process is the same whether you're working on the front or rear mech. Give a firm tug on the exposed inner cable. If none of your inner is exposed because you're running a full-length outer cable, then move the shifter through its travel and give it a firm push, without pedaling. You're now ready to set up the gears. Release the cable from the clamp bolt. Wind the barrel adjuster in fully, in a clockwise direction. Then, back out by one full turn. Pedal slowly and push on the mech to manually shift the chain up to the second cog on the cassette before you attach the cable. This slight over adjustment should counteract the slack, meaning you shouldn't have to index your gears afterwards. To attach the cable, pull it taut and tighten the cable retention bolt. Turn the cranks gently and the mech should return to the smallest cog. Shift up through the gears to check the indexing. If shifting is hesitant, you can fine-tune the gears using the barrel adjusters. Finally, trim the inner cable, leaving just a couple of inches of slack beyond the retention bolt. Place a ferrule onto the end of the cable and pinch it closed to prevent fraying. So to recap, you need to remove the inner and outer cables, cut the new outers to length, reinstall the inners and outer cables, pre-tension the cables, shift to the second cog and tighten the retention bolt, trim the cable and fit a ferrule. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. Let us know what you want more of on your BikeRadar in the comment section below.